Now that I finished my paper, I can finally start enjoying reading and doing all my hobbies and activities without worrying that it's a paper due. But I'm still worried because it's a group paper and I've seen some members of my group haven't wrote a single word, and I'm a little bit anxious because it's due this week. But I'm gonna be chill, relax. I'm just happy that I did my part, and I just want to talk about books and manga and all those things with you guys. So, first thing first, I have to admit that I am in love with smut. Reading smut. I cannot lie, but I like it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, and TikTok recommended me to a smut that has an audiobook, and this audiobook was a roller coaster because the guy who does like the voice acting, who's reading, he has a voice of a god. And I'm just gonna recommend you guys this audiobook that is called The Games We Play. So if you're into smut and that jazz, I recommend that. It was pretty good, and I recommend to listen to it with headphones so you can have the whole experience. So yeah, if you like reading smut, or if you know about more smut that has good audiobooks, please recommend me in the comments because I love it. So let's move on to something that is more wholesome, and I'm also currently reading From Lukov with Love. I think that's the title. I'm reading the ebook version. I don't have the physical copy, and yes, I'm very excited for this book. So far it's so good and it's so entertaining. I just love when the writing is so entertaining and there's not a lot of, I don't know, fluff or unnecessary details. And of course, I'm reading manga. Manga is always on my list. So let me show you guys the manga that I'm planning to read for today and the rest of the week. So here's all the manga that I'm planning to read, and mostly is romance. I don't know, I'm in the mood to read about love. So the first one that I'm planning to read is My Dress Up Darling Volume 2. I know that the anime is out, but I have not seen a thing. I've not seen any episodes, nothing. But I think I should watch some of it. But I don't know. I don't know if I should read the manga first, then watch the anime. I don't know. I feel this temptation to just go watch it. But either way, I'm excited for this. And the next one that I have is Something Is Wrong With Us, Volume 2. And I'm giving this series another chance because I was so disappointed by the first volume, because this girl right here is supposed to go get revenge, but she's just having some fun, and I'm just, girl, did you forget about the plot? But apparently it gets better according to some people on Goodreads, so I'm giving it another chance, and hopefully on volume 2 the original plot is gonna pick up, because I'm just getting mad at the protagonist. Like, you are there to get revenge on your mother. You got married to this man to achieve that, and you're just having fun. I'm like, girl, nah. So the next manga that I have is A Sign of Affection, and this one looks so cute. I'm just in love by the art and the cover. It looks so cute. I'm just excited to read this because it's a love story between adults, college students. So I'm excited every time that I found like manga that is about people that are more or less my age. So yeah, these are the manga, and I'm just excited to read and share with you guys my thoughts about all the books. I will get back to you guys after I finish one of these books or something exciting happens. Hi, this is the next day. So I'm on chapter 7 from Lukov with Love. And this book is so entertaining and so funny. So here are my thoughts so far. Jasmine, she's so funny. I just love how she speaks, how she talks, and I just love like she has such a strong personality and she doesn't take shit from no one, and I love that. And I love like she is the match, the perfect match for Lukov, because this boy is so mean, but my girl has the best comebacks. And it's been interesting how in this point into the book they're now working together, and that's been pretty difficult because they hate each other and they just wanna keep saying names to each other and being mean, but the coach is like, behave, you guys are adults, you gotta work together, be a team, act nice. So far it looks that it's going to be a 5-star. I hope so. I'm praying to the book gods. And yeah, so I think it's gonna be a good one. Right now, I'm reading Something Is Wrong With Us, Volume 2. So far, this volume is way better than the first one. At least for me, at this moment, because we are seeing more of the villains of the story. So here's a quick summary if you don't know what Something Is Wrong With Us is about. So we have now our female protagonist. Her mother used to work at this guy's family's shop, Tsubaki's. I think that's how you say his name, I don't know, Tsubaki. So yeah, her mother used to work at his family's sweets shop. They make traditional, very fancy, traditional Japanese sweets. But her mother was framed for murder, a murder that she did not commit. So after that, her life completely changed. She moved on. She moved someplace far away from Tsubaki, and then she grew up. And now she wants to go back to that place and seek revenge and find out who exactly framed her mother. In order to achieve that, now goes back to the town where everything happened. But she thinks like no one recognizes her because she left the town when she was a kid and now she's an adult. But some stuff happens and now she has to marry Tsubaki, and she thinks Tsubaki doesn't recognize her at all. And yeah, and she is now working at the shop where everything happened, and she's trying to figure it out. What exactly happened? Who did this to my mother, and how exactly am I gonna get revenge? And my problem with this manga series is like in the first one, the girl kind of forgot her plan because she's having so much fun like working at the shop, learning, because she wants to be like her mother. She loves to make traditional sweets and she just wants to do that. That's her dream. And now that she has an opportunity to work at this established and famous sweet shop, she's enjoying her time. And I'm like, girl, did you forget that your plan was to get revenge? This is also kind of an enemies to lovers kind of thing, because this guy is kind of mean. And yeah, so that so far is the story. In volume 2, so far we have more interaction between the in-laws, and they're just making her life hell. And I'm like, girl, wake up, remember the plan, the reason you are there. So that was my issue with the first volume. So I hope like in this volume she's like trying to investigate, do her research, try to find out what exactly happened on that day. And also she has a bad relationship with him because Tsubaki has something to do. He did something that made her mom to be viewed as the guilty one of the murder that took place. So yeah, this is what I'm reading. So yeah, let me know if you read this series, and please let me know if it gets better. I hope volume 2 gets better than volume 1. So yeah, this is what I have so far. So I finished all the books, so let's talk about them. So the first one is From Love with Lukov. That was the only book that was in a manga that I read, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. So let's talk about it. So this book is about Jasmine. She's 26 and she's close to the end of her career as a figure skater. So it's been like 3 years since she had like a competition. She's always on second place or sixth place and she doesn't have a partner. So because of that, she hasn't had the opportunity to go back into skating. She loves it. She loves skating with a passion, and that's her whole life. And the books describe that and shows that in a beautiful way. We can see, we can feel like how bad she wants to get into competition and how bad she wants to win. So that is Jasmine. Yes. So we have Ivan Lukov. He is, I think, 29 or 30. And my boy always won. He always win first place. He's a star here. Everyone knows him. Everyone loves him. And because of that, he has like a pretty big ego, and Jasmine sees him as a rival. Even though like this book, I thought it was more of a enemies to lovers, it's more of a rivals, because Jasmine doesn't really hate Ivan, like hate, I want to kill you. But it's like, I cannot stand you kind of situation. So Ivan and Jasmine, they have a lot of friction and they just go at each other saying names and all of that. So we have Ivan that asks Jasmine to be his partner for a year so they can win a competition, skate together, and Jasmine can get back into the competition. She can skate again, and hopefully he will find her a partner at the end of that year. Jasmine is like, oh my god, this has to be joking. Ivan is my rival, he is my enemy, so I cannot do this, but this is a great opportunity. So Jasmine jumps into this opportunity, and then we see how their relationship changes and how Jasmine figured out, she finds out that she doesn't know Ivan as well as she thought. And that's the book, that's the premise of this story. So my thoughts. Jasmine is a likable character. I love her passion and how funny she is. She speaks her mind and she doesn't know how to keep herself quiet. If she thinks something, she will say it. I love that about her. But one thing that I have a problem with this book is that they say that she is 26 and the male protagonist is like almost in his 30s, but they don't sound like someone in that stage in life. Like, she doesn't sound like a 26 years old. It's like I thought that she was in her early 20s maybe, because the way that she spoke and behaved, there were moments that she was too stubborn. That's the word. Sorry, because English is not my first language, so I messed up a lot. So she was pretty stubborn a lot of times, and maybe sometimes she was a little bit childish as well. But besides that, she is a lovable and wonderful character. And Ivan, I still don't know like why he was so mean to her. Like, there was no reason to be mean. I feel like he just went along with it. And yeah, he is likable. He has a lot of traits that I like. Is that he's a wonderful human being, and I love their relationship because Jasmine's personality complements perfectly with Ivan's. I feel like Jasmine is a perfect match for him because this guy says some things, but then my girl Jasmine has like the best and bigger comebacks. So I feel like they complement each other. It was nice. But the other thing that was a thing that I didn't like is like this book is so big and it's a very slow burn. Then I found out that this author, she's famous for making books that are very slow. So, but I feel like at the same time the pace, it worked for them because we can see how gradually the relationship changes, and we see when they become friends, and then out of nowhere they change into lovers. but it happens in a way that you don't notice, but at the same time it makes sense. But like some scenes, they were like too long. Like the scenes of them training, they were really long, and I wish I had more cute moments with them instead of long scenes of them training. But besides that, I liked the book. I enjoyed it, and I feel like the first half of this book is for you to understand how bad Jasmine wants to win, how bad she wants to get back into skating. Like the first half of this book is just about that, about her passion, her training, she going through her life, her family, her dad. Then we have a little bit of the romance, then we have the developing, and then we have our spicy scene. I wish I had a little bit more of that because they're like 26 and 30, so we just have one scene of love, and there's that. So that's the whole book. I hope I didn't give like big spoilers or anything, but for me this book was like a 4-point-something star because it was pretty long, but it was enjoyable. So let's get into the manga. Let's talk about the manga because I have thoughts and I want to share them with you. So I already spoken about this volume right here. This is volume 2 of Something's Wrong With Us, and I enjoyed this and I'm excited to continue this series. At first, as I said, I was disappointed with the first volume, but this one picks up and the story is getting interesting. We've seen development. So basically, this was an enjoyable read. I really spoke out, I feel like quite a bit in that last clip. So all the things that I'm gonna say is that I like this, it was enjoyable, and I'm excited about how this is gonna continue on the third volume, because now getting her identity reveal and more things gonna happen. Her in-laws, they're like evil. And now that they have more information about her, I wonder how they're gonna use that against her. And the mystery surrounded by Tsubaki's dad. I want to know more about it, like what happened in that day that Tsubaki's dad was murdered, and how this connected to Nao's mother and why they framed Nao's mother to be the culprit when she was innocent and all of that. So it was good. The only thing that I have to say about this that I didn't like, that I didn't appreciate, is how fast. Okay, so this is a spoiler, so if you don't want a spoiler about this volume, skip ahead. So the spoiler is, at the end of this volume, they sleep together, and that was pretty quick, and it didn't make sense to me because like their relationship is not developing so much for it to go that way. When they were kids, they were friends and they had like a good relationship as friends, and Tsubaki is like talking about good things about her friend of the past that is Nao, but Tsubaki doesn't know that Nao is the same girl from his childhood. And he's just talking about good things about, oh yeah, because I have this friend and she was this and that, and I was like, oh my god, that was me. And she's getting, maybe I should sleep with him because like he has good memories of me, even though he doesn't know the little girl is me. I don't know, that was weird. And they sleep together, and then she asked him, oh, if that girl from your past, that childhood friend, comes back, what will you do? And he's like, I will eliminate her. She's like, wait, what? You say what? And I'm like, girl, you slept with him, you think like he is like remembering you with love and all of that, and because of that you like, I don't know, it was weird. That's what I'm gonna say. Didn't feel right. The pace was weird, like in the end, like forcing, I feel like the author was like forcing them to be together when it didn't make sense for them to be together like that. I wish we had like cute moments of Tsubaki and Nao together, or him like little by little showing that he cares about her, even though he has shown that like little bits very little, but he hasn't shown any demonstrations of affection towards her that are like very noticeable, and I don't know, it doesn't make sense. That's the only thing I didn't like. I didn't enjoy it, didn't appreciate it, but I hope third volume gets better because I want to know more the mystery and about the in-laws. They're so evil and mean characters, but they make the story interesting. So let's talk about my guilty pleasure, My Dress Up Darling. This manga is causing some friction over the internet, especially on TikTok. Some people hate it, some people love it, and some people like me have mixed feelings about it, because it is set in a high school, and we have Marin, she is a cosplayer, and we have Gojo, he makes traditional Japanese dolls. They meet, she finds out my boy can sew, and she wants someone to help her make her cosplays, and we have this interesting relationship of Marin. She's very glamorous, she is very extrovert. Gojo is more introvert, more shy. He doesn't give a chance to other people to become his friends, but my boy has some trauma of the past because people rejecting him because of his hobbies of making traditional dolls, and people find that weird because he's a guy who loves to make dolls. But Marin accepts him, and she finds that interesting. She finds that that's very admirable that you do that, and he's like, you, someone who doesn't find me creepy, and they have this cute friendship. So all of that is cute, and we see have like two opposites personalities that get together, and that's always nice to see. But the problem about it is about the mature scenes that happen, and Marin, I don't know how to say her name correctly, she is 15, I think. So her cosplays, all of them are sexy. Or some panels, they show some stuff, and that is a topic of discussion all over the internet. So yeah, this volume was cute, but again, it had those scenes that are very questionable, and because of that, I don't know to continue to buy this, because I love it. Their relationship, Marin and Gojo, their friendship, all of that is cute. They're very cute, but it's like some of the scenes, they're very unnecessary. I haven't seen the anime. I don't know if the anime is more explicit or not, but some people love it. A lot of them are the boys, because you know, fan service, and boys love that, and some girls, they don't care, and some of them like, no, this I cannot understand how some people read this. Some people read this. So I don't know, I have conflicting feelings about it, because one side I love the romance, the love part, the cuteness that happens, but the other part I'm like, she's 15, y'all. And it's so crazy, like the author of this, she's a woman, and I'm like, girl, like expecting this from a man, I wouldn't be surprised, but a woman, I don't know. I do not know. I think I'm not gonna like keep purchasing this. I don't know, it makes me I don't know. I will watch the anime, I don't know, maybe, because I don't know. Let me know your feelings, because I do not know what to do with that. I don't know if to keep supporting this, or watch the anime or not, or keep reading the manga. Let me know if you share my feelings, because I'm like in my mid-20s and reading about a high schooler being portrayed such a like a sexualized way. It makes me uncomfy, but I also love reading about shoujo and reading about, you know, cute romance and cute relationships and interesting plots like this, like having two opposite personalities get together. But again, some scenes in this manga is so necessary. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you share my pain. Let me know. So let's talk about a manga that is more wholesome, and it was like a nice thing to read after reading the other two. So the last thing that I read was A Sign of Affection, and this one was super cute, so let's talk about it. So we have Yuki. Our girl right here, she's just a typical girl in college. She loves social media, fashion, checking what's on sale, love getting the latest, cutest stuff. And she's very adorable. And she is deaf. She was born deaf, and she has friends, and she's always communicating with her friends through text or like drawings, just writing, because her friends, a lot of at least the friends that we see here, they don't do sign language. They don't know how to speak sign language. So she meets Isumi. Itsumi? I'm gonna say Itsumi, but I don't know what's the right pronunciation, like always. So Isumi, he speaks 3 languages. The boys will travel. He's been through different countries. And they meet together, and it's cute to see like how she is having like a crush on him, and he is interested in her, like to be friends with her. And he never had a friend who is deaf, and our boy like speaks many languages, and one that he doesn't speak is sign language. So we see like how Yuki is like trying to communicate with him. It's very adorable, with drawings, with text, all of that. And we just see how their relationship as friends begin and that development. Not a lot happens, but I feel like this volume is a great volume to set up the whole series. We get to know Yuki, how she sees the world, how like the world is so set up for us able people, and sign language is not the norm. Knowing sign language is not the norm, and we see like how Yuki has to find different ways to communicate with people. And I like how she's not portrayed like this depressing or hopeless little thing like other animes, like an anime movie called Silent Voice. Silent Voice is a beautiful movie, stunning movie, but it's so sad. But I'm kind of happy like she is not portrayed in that same manner. I know like people who are deaf, it's a disability, that people go through a lot of stuff, and I know that, and I'm aware of that as well. But it's nice to see how they can also be portrayed as just people like you and me, that they have hobbies, they have friends, and the only thing is that they communicate in a different way. Love this, and this is a great setup for me to continue the series. I love Yuki. She's so wholesome, she's so cute, and she reminds me a lot of Toru from Fruit Basket. So I love Toru, so I'm excited to love Yuki as well. This guy, I don't have a lot to say about Tsumi. Is that how's his name again? Tsumi? Itsumi? Sumi? This man right here. I don't have many thoughts about him. Like, I'm still like meh. He's a nice dude, like he's okay so far. But yeah, was a lovely read, and it was wonderful, and I give it 5 stars because like it was amazing. It was okay, and it was beautiful, and the art, stunning. The art is beautiful. The cover of this manga and the other ones that I sell online, amazing. So that's all the books that I read. So let me know which one have you read, or recommend me some mangas or some books to read. And I will see you in the next video. So please take care, stay safe, and I hope you have a wonderful day or a wonderful night wherever you are. And yes, I will see you in the next one. Bye.